This is Dicks. Dicks with a cracking. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Julian Dicks!
Here is Rush. Oh, and Dicks very, very high in on.
I used to like playing against Mark Hughes because you could kick him, and within 5 minutes you get kicked back. Which, when you did kick him, he wouldn't mind and just get up, play on. But you look at a lot of the players now; they want to get players sent off, they want to get them booked, and you got to see if you touch them now, they just seem to roll over and roll over.
And this time he makes no mistake.
Picture a bald head, a menacing stare, and a body that seemed to feel no pain. That was Julian Dicks, the West Ham United left-back nicknamed the Terminator. His shot was so ferocious it could injure any opponent standing in its path. In 1990, doctors gave him just a 10% chance of ever playing again after a serious knee injury. His response was ice cold, "I'll be back." He kept that promise. Years later, legendary manager Graeme Souness, who once paid £1.5 million to sign him for Liverpool, said something remarkable. "If I picked my best 11 players I ever worked with, Dicks would be in it." On December 8, 1996, Upton Park witnessed one of the most dramatic moments in Premier League history. West Ham United trailed reigning champions Manchester United 2-0. After Florin Radicciu pulled one back, Michael Hughes was fouled inside the box, and Julian Dicks stepped up to take the penalty. As he waited to strike, Eric Cantona walked over and said directly to his face, "Dicks, the goal is very small." Dicks calmly replied, "Small, yes, but my heart is big." He then blasted the ball past Peter Schmeichel with everything he had. As he ran past Cantona in celebration, the French legend simply winked. That penalty was clocked at 99 miles an hour, roughly 160 kilometers an hour, described by Sky Sports as the perfect proof of the Terminator's left foot power. A ball travelling at that speed carries kinetic energy comparable to a punch from a heavyweight boxer. Medical research on head injuries in football shows that a ball striking the head at close range and high speed can cause serious concussion, loss of consciousness, jaw fractures, and even long-term nerve damage. Peter Schmeichel, 1 meter 91 centimeters tall and 100 kilograms in weight, known as the greatest wall in the world at the time, could not react at all. He simply watched the ball tear into his net. Across his Premier League career, Dicks took 16 penalties and missed only one, a success rate of 94%, one of the greatest records in league history. His secret came from a single lesson. After missing one against Watford, hitting the post, he vowed, "From that day on, I never tried to place it. I just hit it as hard as I could." In August of 1992, West Ham United travelled to face Newcastle United in a tense opening match of the First Division season. Both clubs were chasing promotion to the top flight of English football. During a fast chase down the wing, Newcastle winger Franz Carr, a former West Ham player himself, tried to burst past Julian Dicks. Without a moment's hesitation, Dicks swung a vicious elbow straight into Carr's face, sending him crashing to the ground in pain. The referee immediately showed a straight red card, the first of 3 Dicks would collect that season alone. Former hardman defender Neil Ruddock once described him this way: "He was like a Tasmanian devil with a completely mad head on him. I remember him going for Vinnie Jones once, and Vinnie was shaking." That alone tells you everything about how frightening Julian Dicks was. Even more chilling was Dicks' own confession in his autobiography, Terminator, the Julian Dicks story. He admitted, "I had no problem with Carr before that, but in that moment I decided in my head that I was going to elbow him, and that was it. Bang, I did it." In December of 1995, West Ham United faced Chelsea Football Club at Upton Park in a fiercely contested Premier League match between 2 London rivals, filled with heavy challenges from the very first minutes. During a tough tackle near the touchline, Chelsea striker John Spencer fell to the ground. Julian Dicks rushed in and stamped directly onto his head. The incident happened too fast for referee Robbie Hart to see, so no card was shown on the pitch. Spencer left the field needing 8 stitches to close a deep wound on his head. The real fear came afterward. Sky Sports replayed the incident from multiple slow-motion angles, sparking public outrage. The Football Association launched an investigation based on video evidence, a controversial new concept at the time. Remarkably, Spencer himself sent a written statement defending Dicks, insisting it was accidental with no malicious intent. Despite this, the Football Association rejected the appeal and banned Dicks for 3 matches. Referee Robbie Hart later admitted in 1995, "If I had seen that incident live on the pitch, Julian Dicks would certainly have received a straight red card." West Ham manager Harry Redknapp defended his player the same year. "I am completely convinced Julian is innocent. He just went into the challenge hard, with no bad intention." Sky Sports commentator Andy Gray responded in 1996. "Julian shouldn't blame me. Video analysis simply exposes what he actually did on the pitch." In October of 1992, West Ham United travelled to Molineux to face Wolverhampton Wanderers in a fiercely tense First Division encounter. Throughout the match, Julian Dicks was constantly provoked by the Wolves players. Tension boiled over when he clashed violently with Paul Birch and Steve Bull. After making a brutal challenge, Dicks moved toward Birch again while he was still lying on the ground, looking ready to attack him further. Sensing that his star player could face a lengthy suspension or spark serious violence, manager Billy Bonds, himself a legendary hard man of English football, sprinted down the touchline at Molineux, his coat flapping in the wind, and threw his arms around Dicks to hold him back before things spiralled further out of control. A sports writer for West Ham Till I Die reflected on the moment in 2020. Billy Bonds showed real fighting spirit, sprinting down the line in a panic to drag the madman Julian Dicks away from trouble before he could destroy his opponent. On February 26, 1992, West Ham United hosted Sunderland in a 5th-round Football Association Cup replay at Upton Park. During an aerial challenge, Julian Dicks launched himself off the ground and struck Sunderland forward David Rush with the sole of his boot, aimed straight at his chest and neck. It looked far more like a violent attack than a football tackle. What shocked everyone most was that the referee showed no card at all, not even a yellow one, for the challenge. Legendary commentator Martin Tyler summed it up live on air during the broadcast in 1992. "I think Julian Dicks probably would have gone into the book there if David Rush had made more of it." Even the commentator seemed to admit that Dicks had gotten away with something far worse than it appeared. Across a 17-year career, Julian Dicks made 379 appearances and scored 55 goals at club level. For West Ham United alone, across 2 spells, he played 326 matches and scored 65 goals, converting 35 of 39 penalties. Off the pitch, his disciplinary record was just as extreme: 8 or 9 red cards and more than 112 yellow cards. Yet he was voted West Ham United's Hammer of the Year 4 times, standing alongside club legend Bobby Moore. Manager John Lyall, who signed him in 1988, once said, "Julian had wonderful ball skills and technique down that left flank. I would never sign a player who relied only on physical strength." Manager Billy Bonds put it best in his 1996 biography, "I wanted to punch him in the chin a few times for his stubbornness, but nobody can deny his fighting spirit on the pitch." Which football legend would you like us to explore next? Please like this video and subscribe to our channel to support us. Thank you.